Okay, hello everybody. It is just me for this stream, unless somebody drops in later or something. But, this is the first stream of my, hopefully, continuing to be weekly streams. Streaming Friday today, but the day I stream each week will probably change. I'll just be able to try and fit it in around whatever else I've been doing. But yeah, if you donated $5 or more, you got to vote on whatever game I would stream this week from like a list of 5 games. I'll probably switch out each week. I don't know, maybe some stuff will stay in. See what works best for everybody. But for this week, Okami won. This is a Platinum, or I was about to say this is a Platinum Games game, but it's a Clover game. Not Clover's second to last game? God Hand was Clover's last game before they got shut down. This is the HD version of Okami on the PlayStation 3. And I should also blow up the picture of the game a little bit. It's a little small just because of the way overscan works for TVs. Let's just nudge that a little. Oh! Oh, great. Excuse me just a second. This snaps a little. That is better. Yeah, I had to actually squish the game down a little bit just because it was displaying off the edges of my TV a little. I should clarify, I've never beaten this game ever. I never had it for the PlayStation 2, but I did get it way back when it was released on the Nintendo Wii. And I played, I'm guessing, like the first third of this game, because this game is so long, it's basically like, I don't know, 3 games in one. So like I played like maybe a third or a half of the way through it on the Wii, and then I got this HD version when it came out like 2 years ago or something like that, and played basically to the same point and then stopped. So maybe third time is the charm, I don't know. This is a pretty cool game though, because you can be a dog, and there's a dedicated bark button. I feel like I could maybe beat this game this time if I just tried to beeline through the whole game instead of getting distracted, because there's a fair amount of side stuff. But I feel like the game is easy enough for the most part that you don't need a ton of the extra side stuff. Although some of it's cool, like some of the upgrade or moves you can get. But yeah, I can't remember exactly how long this game is, but it's like, what, 60 hours or something? Also, I wonder, hey people in the chat, let me know if you want me to skip this long-ass opening. Because I remember it being quite long, and I think the HD version is just like the Wii version, where they added in the ability to skip this long intro. Skip. A couple people saying skip. Let's find out if we can skip this. Oh no! There's no skip option in the HD version, is there? Oh damn. That blows little. Oh man, I should have just had this as like the pre-stream show before I actually was ready. I could have just let this thing play by its... just tape the X button down or something while I took my shower. But yeah, this game, I'm trying to remember, it's PlayStation 2, PS3, and Wii. This game has been on. I don't think the port was on the 360, but surprisingly, the best-selling version of Okami was the one on the Wii. It had motion controls, and when they brought this game over to the PS3, they kept those Wii motion controls in. If you had a PlayStation Move, which I do have, but I do not like drawing with the motion controls, honestly. Oh yeah, Skeleton Hero in the chat just mentioned that sweet detail that the Wii version of this game, the cover art was messed up and there was a IGN watermark barely visible on the cover. And so you would have to like mail Nintendo going, hey, give me the one without the watermark. How do you even mess that up? Did some dude just copy and paste an image they got off IGN? The PS3 version is digital only. You can't buy the HD Okami on disc. Also, this game goes on sale a fair amount, I believe. It's been on sale a couple of times. Capcom likes to do sales on the Wii U and the PS3 and all that. Voidburger says, low audio, huh? I can fix that. We will let this thing continue to go on. I'll bump it up to 53%. That's a good number. Yeah, the reason why I have this the audio set so low is I remember the combat audio being much louder. But yeah, there's no voice acting, it's just a whole lot of gibberish. Although I agree, Voidburger, I always test out my audio beforehand because I feel like the chat is always listening through like headphones or speakers, or maybe good speakers, maybe tinny speakers, and it sounds so different to everybody that I can't trust anybody but myself. I test out my audio balance. I think we're like halfway through the intro right now. I can't believe the skip option isn't in this game. And there's also like, there's no hold the button down to make the text scroll faster either. You have to let it type here. Normally you can have it scroll faster, but... Like, reminds me like the intro you get for Wind Waker, except it's about 10 times as long. Yes, Voidburger, all this text is Okami's Twitter backlog that you have to read. And now you are blocked. At least we have some polygons now. Hi Wang, I have never played Muramasa before, but I remember it was a game I wanted for a while back when it was new. Back when the only current console I had was the Wii. It took me a little while before I got a 360 and a PS3. I remember when the Wii first came out, and there were only a couple... Were there a couple good games, or was it just one decent game? Because Twilight Princess was a launch game, I believe. I don't remember what else was out at the launch for the Wii at all. Oh, that's right, Red Steel was out at launch for the Wii, and Red Steel wasn't great. I hear Red Steel 2 was better, but not great either. Oh, that's right, and then there's Wii Sports. But I remember when I first had the Wii, and there was like after the launch, you know, there were a couple good games, and then there's Mario Galaxy came out pretty soon after that, I think. But there was a fair amount of just no new good games for the Wii, so I was like getting desperate and buying stuff like Pengya Golf, or whatever it was called, which was like a Wii version of that online anime golf game, and that was a bad choice. Don't worry if you're late, not much has happened. This game has an incredibly long intro that isn't super interesting, so... Oh, that's right, you can get demon... How do you get demon claws in the loading screen again? How does that work? Oh no, you can't get Demon Fangs in the loading screens because it loads too fast on PS3. Oh boy. I'll just have to farm Demon Claws from normal enemies then. Hit X in time with the paw prints. Well, I'll try it, but... Yo, I'm a dog. I kind of wish they had a couple extra voice clips for the gibberish everybody says. Oh hey, oh hey, oh hey, oh hey, oh hey, oh hey. Either that or I just need an option to replace it with the same voice clips that are used in Banjo-Kazooie, because those are better. Almost done! Holy moly. I have zero opinion on Isun. He's just kind of there for me. Malleus, I'm not sure how much I'll be playing of this game through multiple streams, just because every week I'm having people who donated $5 or more are the people who vote when I stream each week, and I'm not sure how I'm going to cycle out what games to vote for each week. I feel like the first and second place games will stay, and then maybe I'll cycle out the other three, the three lower ones. I won't be talking about the intricacies of the combat that much, just because I don't know them, really, in this game, because I've never beaten it, and also this game is a lot more simpler than Kamiya's other games. This game is much more like a Zelda game. Yeah, I think there are a couple of different ways to like do counterattacks and stuff like that, but that is it. Yeah, I don't think you can get the demon claws in loading screens now because it loads too fast. Now I can hold down the button and scroll the text at a reasonable speed. Jeez. Yeah, this game looks like, out of every game that's got an HD port from like the PS2, GameCube, Xbox era, like this and Wind Waker have the best ports, I think, pretty much entirely just because of its art style. Like Okami looks amazing in high def. It scales up really well. Like the textures don't even look low res because this is just kind of how they're supposed to look. Save point. So yeah, like here is my my other save file that I stopped playing. It's at 24 hours. I think that was like the halfway point maybe. And then I stopped playing like, I don't know, maybe a year ago? Now we don't have... Oh, excuse me. Tell me the moves. There aren't too many moves at the moment. There's just... You can jump. Circle button lets you bark. Triangle lets you dig. And you can headbutt stuff with square. make off all these sweet coins. Even a dog has to get paid. You don't have a double jump, but you can do wall jumps. Oh, I might have skipped the chest. Whoops. I have to go back this way anyways. I'll get it on the way back. I kind of wish you could just do a Unite Bridge here, but this is the other game that's got drawing elements to it. So just R1 to pause the game, to pull up the canvas, and use the square button to draw. Some people talking about Paper Mario in the stream chat. That is another game I considered putting on the list for people to vote this week, but I didn't because I already had 2 RPG games on that list, so I figured I'd try to go for a little bit more variety this time. But yes, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is a great game, and I haven't played it since I was 15 or 16. So yeah, it'd be great to actually replay that game again someday. Yeah, people talking about the art style. There is some early footage. It might just be a pre-rendered trailer rather than gameplay. But when Okami first started out, it had a much more realistic look to it. I think the whole idea of what the game actually was completely different too, but I don't quite remember what. But yeah, you were just flat out a normal looking wolf. Nothing was cel shaded. It's completely different. It also reminds me that other games that started out pretty differently around the same time, Beyond Good and Evil was a pretty different game when it first started being made. It was much... I'm actually gonna have to look it up again sometime, but it was supposedly much more like Eco in execution. It wasn't just an adventure game, it was a much more somber, like, quiet game with a different art style. But that was when it first started out. And then it very quickly changed to what the game ended up becoming. With some minor differences. Mainly Jade was a lot younger looking. She used to wear pants with cow print patterns on them, and Paige had like a pale green jacket instead of what he wears now. This game also has a feature in it that I wish more games had, especially games where you have to cover a lot of terrain and fast travel and vehicles aren't always an option, where it's just the longer you run, the faster you become. So after like a couple seconds, start dashing a little, and even longer, and you start going turbo speed. It's great. I think Devil May Cry 4 does that as well, but I can't think of too many other games where you just automatically get speed boost the longer you're running. Oh, okay. You can also use the dodge move to automatically begin sprinting, but I don't think you had that from the beginning. Although with this game being HD, there are a couple of tricks this game did that are a little more apparent now. Mainly these TVs, or TVs, what am I even saying? These trees! You know, they're not polygonal, they're just sprites, so you can see them kind of following you when you turn. But whatever. It still looks good. Treevies. Oh, just the... Yeah, also just attacking begins the dash thing, but... Thank you people in the chat for reminding me of these things, because I am not remembering them. And for further streams, I'm probably going to have a guest with me generally, just because, keeping an eye on the chat and playing a video game at the same time is a difficult thing, because I don't have iguana eyeballs. Or chameleon eyeballs. Whatever. Oh god, the noise this guy makes. At least when you speed the text up, you know, the little voice clips aren't as bad, because they go by so quickly, but man. So the second power just lets you cut stuff with a straight line. This is the first thing you need to start collecting demon fangs in this game. With all the drawing techniques you get, you can use them to finish different enemies off in different ways. And if you find the correct combination for each enemy, you get a fang from them. That's what you need to get like all the good upgrades in this game. Including the taunt move, which is just you pissing on an enemy. The square just to attack dudes. And once you kill a guy, you can slash him. Actually, I think I might mess that one up. But these guys normally, I believe you just have to slash them. Once they're in their death animation, they'll drop a fang. Like right here. There's Demon Fang. You gotta collect a whole lot of these. And you get ranked in the form of trees. Fully bloomed cherry blossom is the highest rank, I think. And when you're drawing stuff, it uses up your ink, as you can see in the top left there, but it slowly recharges. Oh god, the stray beads are collectibles, I believe, that there's like 100 of them or something. And if you collect all the stray beads, you unlock like I think you unlock like a super weapon that gives you God mode or something like that. I've never gotten it. I have never even attempted to get all the beads. And when you don't really have to like care about rank in this game, at least from as far as I know from when I like the half of the game I have played once before. It just gets you more money at the end of each fight, because this game isn't really divided into levels. It's just a big world, like a Zelda game. Also, I have to get the chest on the way back. Right there. It's just a bone. Bones just heal you. 3 units of your energy. Or more, depending on what size of the bone is. Up. I don't know about you, but I am a paranoid saver. Especially with long games, I will save just non-stop. I've been playing Fire Emblem on my 3DS, and that is a game I'm very paranoid about losing even a single soldier in. So if somebody's dying, I'm restarting that fight immediately. Because there is permadeath. Gotta get that down. Do not ask me how to be good at Fire Emblem Awakening, because I don't know yet either. If you download all the Spot Pass stuff, there are a whole bunch of challenger maps you can have spawn over and over again. And like one of the fights, like Mist or something, is full of really low-level people, so you can just grind that over and over again if you want. From the maps I've played in that game in Fire Emblem so far, it's pretty much just lots and lots of planning about where the enemy units are going to be. And like sending one high defense dude out into like the very farthest reach of their attack range, so that next turn you can lure them out closer for your weaker dudes to pelt them while they're trying to deal with your highly armored dude on a horse. Isn't there a treasure chest behind this tree or something? I guess I'm imagining things. Could have sworn there's a chest. Oh well. Gotta go way up, I guess. Oh yeah, people who want to know what was in the poll for this week. It was Okami, Kingdom Hearts HD, Xenoblade Chronicles, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and then Ape Escape. Ape Escape was in second place, I believe, Kingdom Hearts in third, and then Zelda and Xenoblade might have been tied for last, I think. So I don't know if I'll have those same choices next week, or if I'll cycle stuff around, or yada yada. Draw a circle to make the sun appear. Simple enough. There are a couple of voice clips that I don't mind being repeated over and over again, and it's usually with like the deep voice dudes or the old people, because they're not nearly as grating sounding. Also, I like Mr. Orange. Oh, and yeah, for people asking, I probably will be getting Ground Zeroes on Steam. I'm kind of interested in how it looks on the PC, just because they talked about the PC version not too long ago, and they said that it's going to have better lighting and some other improvements, and I'm curious to see if it's noticeably better looking, because it already looked really great on the PS4. It'd also be nice if there was better draw distance for like the small things, because like rocks have a pretty short draw distance a lot of the time in that game. Also, yeah, having mods for Metal Gear would be fantastic. So you have to wait a little bit for their death animation to like kick in. Because if you try and chop them in half, the second you kill them, they aren't far enough in their death animation for you to chop them in half and actually get the demon fang from them. So if I remember correctly, there is another chest below me? Yeah, there it is. I can't remember if you just have to chop it down or what. But there's invisible walls here, so you can't just jump down and get it. I think you can open chests just by cutting them, but... Aw, damn it. Well, it's just a treasure up there. And anytime you talk to this dude, I think it just spawns enemies for you. Yep. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he measures how long it takes you to beat the enemies, and if you beat them quick enough, he eventually travels to a different area of the game where you can fight different enemies, and that keeps on going for a while. I can't remember if what you get at the end of that. It might just be stray beads or something, but... Oh, he gives you praise, that's right. If you do good enough. You can also just feed animals, and then just kind of stare at the animals while they eat for a very long time until you're tired of it. Oh yeah. Feeding those birds. And feeding animals gets you praise, which you need to level up in this game. So these people don't have a response for you barking nonstop. You can bite people though. We can mess up her crops just by digging everything up. Then it turns into a mini game of trying to dig everything up while she tries to catch you here. He has a bit of a wind up though, so it's not that bad. No. Well, if I remember correctly, there's not much point in doing it just yet. You have to start a mini game with this other dog. Or this dog. You just pick up this dog and run around with him. You can also scare him. Oh, got more to say. Oh, I guess I could have just done it right away. Oh well. When she's coming after you, you can also just slash her to knock her out for a little bit. Hup. Well, I'm out of ink though, so now I'm just a normal dog. Gotta wait for it to recharge. Okay, do you have to give this to somebody, or, Oh yeah, that's right. I thought maybe I had to give it to the dog, but... Just gives you some praise. There are like a bajillion things in this game that get you praise. And like very small amounts of it, so you're always constantly like... fixing stuff and doing stuff for people. That slip just hurts enemies that are near you. I know there's a bunch of chests here and like all of them are inaccessible right now because I need more powers than I currently have, I believe. Oh. Her pole's gone for her clothes, but again, it's just draw it and fix it for her. Another thing that I think just gets you praise. I can't remember. Was this game... Somebody in the chat might know. Oh wait, no. I already know the answer, because this game was never made for the GameCube. was about to ask if this was one of the games for the Capcom 5, but that makes no sense, because the Capcom 5 was specifically GameCube games only. Now she needs a stuffed ride. Just gotta draw the sun for her. Two or even three times. But yeah, every time you meet an NPC in this game, you need to talk to them like 3 times because they always have something different to say. Even more things. Alright. Anyways, get the story moving on here. I should go see Susano. And also save, because that's my favorite thing to do in video games. Also, holy moly, there are way more people in this stream than there normally are. Hello, people who usually do not see my streams. All, like, extra 60 or 70 of you, maybe? This is one of my more low-key streams, because Okami is kind of pretty chill for the most part. You consumed apple. Anyways, Susano's underneath the jar. Does he have a different reaction for cutting him? I can't remember. Not really. R. Powell, I own Shenmue, but I've never played Shenmue. Or rather, I've played like an hour or 2 of it just to make sure the copy of Shenmue I got like 2 years ago worked. And so all I really did was watch a long cutscene at the beginning. I pet a stray cat that was sleeping in a cardboard box, and then I bought I spent all of my money on a gachapon machine and getting like 3 or 4 duplicates of Knuckles and being completely okay with that. Oh, I think if I helped an old lady find her house, maybe, but that's where I stopped. But yes, Shenmue's a game I've been thinking of putting on the list to stream because Shenmue seems hilarious. I seem to remember that you could open like every single drawer in your house, and that was terrifying for me because I felt compelled to open every single drawer in the house. So that dude with the instrument, sometimes he'll block, but you just have to draw. You just have to slash it while he's holding it to break his block. You know, Shenmue strikes me as like a game It strikes me as being kind of like a David Cage game, except it seemed much more sincere and not ridiculous in the way David Cage games are ridiculous. Like, I felt like I might actually be able to genuinely enjoy the story in that game, as opposed to David Cage games where I'm just laughing at them. But yeah, when you get praise, you can use it to upgrade a couple different things. I'm just going to upgrade my maximum health. There need to be more games where you can just pick up fruit and look at them, because, well, you can do that in real life. No, I never picked up Beyond Two Souls. And I don't really know much about it either. I don't, like, for people in the chat who have played Beyond Two Souls, does that game get ridiculous in the way, like, Indigo Prophecy does? Or is it more like Heavy Rain? It's ridiculous, huh? Well, now I'm suddenly more interested. Oh, and an objection. See, yeah, I played a little bit of Beyond the Rebirth version of Binding of Isaac. I just have it on my PS4 because it was one of the free games for this month. I haven't played too much of it, but it's nice. Also, I'm bummed out that David Cage kind of, you know, heard people saying that, wow, Indigo Prophecy is ridiculous, you fight the internet. I kind of wish, because then he kind of changed how Heavy Rain was because of that feedback, and I wish he never knew what people thought of Indigo Prophecy, so that his games would be just as ridiculous. Look at this guy on my back. Robots Can Be Cute in the chat asking me what I've been playing besides stuff I've LP'd and streamed. For the past, I don't know, 2 months, I've been slowly playing Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, and I just beat it like 2 days ago. And that game was pretty interesting because I'm a really big fan of Ace Attorney, but I've never played a Professor Layton game. And I enjoyed that game a lot, although I kind of knew what kind of plots Professor Layton games had, like what kind of ridiculous plot twists all of them have. And that kind of style, Professor Layton plot, kind of invaded the game in like the last quarter of it, and that kind of soured the experience a little bit because I wanted more reasonable mysteries that can happen in Ace Attorney than like the really crazy stuff that happens in Professor Layton. It was still fun though. But I mean, yeah, if you're a fan of both series, then yeah, you're totally gonna love that game. It has a really great soundtrack too, and the actual cases, the Ace Attorney cases you do in that game are pretty fun as well. I just kind of wish there was a little bit more Ace Attorney gameplay. It felt like it was a little tipped more towards Professor Layton by the end. Gotta get some sake for this dude. Also, I love that the your shadow kind of follows you into the air. When actually, is that in the original game or is that actual a graphical glitch? Either way, it looks cool. When you jump and land, you have kind of like an ink shadow that trails behind you. It might actually be a graphical thing, but or a not intentional thing. Oh yeah, and I also just finished Bayonetta 2 a couple days ago as well. I think Bayonetta 2 is the better game overall compared to Bayonetta 1, but it does have changes to the combat system that kind of mess up like the kind of really deep balance that game had. But most people aren't going to notice that stuff. And I don't really mind a lot of the changes myself. I think the boss fights in general are much better than the first games. Because like anytime you had the huge boss fights in Bayonetta 1, they were a little tedious to play through. Like they had spectacle, but they weren't super fun to play. Also, this lady's petting me. I was slightly disappointed by the final boss of Bayonetta 2, because even though it was really fun, and definitely more fun to fight than the first games, it felt like the boss before the final boss, and then when the game ended, I was just sort of like, oh, well, alright. But yeah, Bayonetta 2 is pretty great. I do overall enjoy it more than the first game, just because it feels smoother. Like a lot of the attack animations, especially like your basic kicks, got sped up just a little bit, and it makes everything feel even more responsive than the first game was. The new weapons in 2 are a lot more fun to use than the first games, I feel. The color palettes and the visuals themselves are much nicer than the first game. No, I don't think I can regrow the dead trees yet. I think that's the ability you get before or during the first dungeon, I think. So here, you're just helping this guy train by making him believe he can cut things in half. Oh, controller for Bayonetta 2? I use the Wii U Pro controller, the one that just kind of looks like a 360 gamepad. That controller is really nice if you're playing anything that doesn't really require the gamepad. The other benefit of that controller is that it has absurd battery life. I have owned that controller for, I don't know, maybe close to a year now, and I've only had to charge that thing like 2 or 3 times throughout its lifetime, and I've used it a lot. Like, it's probably like 80 hours of battery life or something. It's crazy. And it charges pretty quickly too. Like the Pro controller is totally worth getting, especially if you're playing games like Bayonetta or like Smash. Speaking of that, Smash Bros. For the Wii U comes out in a week, and I am mega excited. I love Smash Brothers. And all that stuff they showed that was unique to the Wii U version on that Nintendo Direct made me even more excited. There's so much stuff. Also, I hope the online is good. It would be lovely if the online was a lot better than Brawl's online. Yeah, I'm not surprised that I've seen some people saying that they're disappointed with the online for the 3DS version. Meanwhile, other people are saying it works fine with them, and I'm feeling that the online might just be better for the Wii U just because it's actually possible to hook it up to an actual line Ethernet cable rather than just doing all wireless. Because I know some people's wireless routers and stuff kind of have issues with their wireless or their Nintendo consoles. It acts fine with my Nintendo stuff finally. For a while it didn't even work. So Okami did have one sequel of sorts. It was on the DS, not the 3DS, just the DS. And I've never played it, but I guess it's kind of actually a prequel. You're the same dog, but younger, or either that or there's like time travel involved or something. But I've heard it's basically more of the same. Oh, is it a sequel? Okay. No, I've never played Chibi Robo, actually. That's one GameCube game I've always wanted to play. I know there's a Chibi Robo for the 3DS too, but it like uses the camera. You have to take pictures of real world objects, and I don't know how well that stuff works. Anybody have the 3DS Chibi Robo? Is it good? Oh, it's not so great. That's a bummer. Oh, is there one for the DS too? I thought there was only one for the GameCube. Let's see, is there anything you need to buy from this guy right away? Not really. I mean... I'll wait and get all the feedback stuff at a later point. Now let's see if I do have that ability. I think it was just a circle around a tree. Yeah, we don't have that ability yet. Which is a shame, because there are like a million trees right now. And I could get so much experience just for fixing up the trees. If you run into these scrolls, those startup encounters, which I'm going to do a couple of because I would love some more fangs. Oh, the other fangs can disappear. Oh. I need to relearn to grab those the second they drop. Oh well. You can also use your headbutt to do like a little air dash when you're in the air. Also, there's like no move variety at the moment. It's just all we have at the moment is a 3-hit combo. Eventually, you start unlocking different types of weapons and sub-weapons, and you can kind of mix and match those. And then it gets a little more complicated, along with having a whole bunch of different brush techniques. There's some enemies requiring you to use certain techniques to like get through their blocks and all that. Tide Tuesday, I've never played any Monster Hunter. I think I played the demo for the Wii U one, whichever edition of Monster Hunter Tri that was. And Monster Hunter does seem like something that I would enjoy playing someday, but it's like... I've tweeted about it before, but holy moly, I have an absurd backlog of games. And I try to avoid getting too many games that are known for being very long. Like, I try to avoid buying too many RPGs anymore. Because I would like to actually finish the RPGs I already own someday. Like, Monster Hunter is a pretty big time investment, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, and also, just for everybody watching here, so, you know, I'm doing the double updates thing for our channel now. I did 2 updates for the Wonderful 101 this week, but next week, there will be only 1 update for the Wonderful 101, because the other update is going to be the video, for the fight, which was the very first goal for our Patreon. I just got the PlayStation Move controller in the mail this week. I already had 1 Move controller, but that game requires you to have 2. I really hope I can hug that man in that game. It just has to work, otherwise what is even the point of making a video game like that? Verse, I have watched little bits of Giant Bomb's Metal Gear Scanlan videos, but I've actually been avoiding watching them. One, because although it is really fun to see somebody like Drew go through Metal Gear for the first time with barely knowing anything about it, I cringe a lot because it takes them a very, very long time to learn how to play, and I know exactly how to play those games. And so it's kind of painful to watch sometimes. But also, there's no release date for the Phantom Pain yet, but I've begun doing my dumb tradition where I play through every Metal Gear game in order in anticipation of the next Metal Gear game launching. I didn't do that for Ground Zeroes just because it was a little prologue thing. But Phantom Pain appears like it might actually be coming out next year sometime. So, like, I just finished replaying Metal Gear 1 and 2, because those games are super short, like the MSX ones, and I just started replaying Metal Gear Solid 1 a couple days ago. I almost put that on my list of games people could vote for MGS1, but I decided against it because I want to play those games at my own pace while completely focusing on the majesty that is Metal Gear Solid. Oh, I am out of ink. Also, I knew that if I put Metal Gear Solid on the stream list, that would probably immediately win the vote. People love Metal Gear. And when I put stuff on the list for people to vote, I kind of want it to be like, oh, it's a toss-up which one could win. You know? Instead of just like, oh, Metal Gear Solid, everybody's going to vote for that one probably. Say, I'm thinking for, well, I don't know. People in the stream, in the chat, how would you like me to cycle through games to vote on? Should I keep this game on the list for next week, or should I remove it from the list now and replace it with something else? Cycle the winning game out? Alright. If I remember correctly, there's a treasure chest up here, but I can't get it until I have some additional powers, so... I love the drum man. Oh, I forget how you stun this dude. Oh, he just getting away, he's poking out of the ground. Never mind. I thought he had a second trick to him. Somebody in the chat a little bit ago asked what games in my backlog I'm really looking forward to playing. So I just started playing... well, I mentioned Fire Emblem. That's a game I've been waiting to actually play for real for a while. There's a couple other things I'm trying to remember right now, but I'm having a hard time remembering it. There's a couple things on Steam I've really been... Oh, Earthbound! I have Earthbound on the Wii U's Virtual Console. I've been waiting to actually experience Earthbound, like, finally. But I told myself I would not actually start playing Earthbound until I beat a couple other long games, and Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright was one of them, because that game was like, I don't know, 30 hours long or something? Yeah, I've heard Earthbound is a little better play if you have a guide telling you what to do. Although I already know one of the game's tricks just by accidentally reading about it forever ago and then somehow never forgetting about it just in case I ever played the game. And I believe there's a segment in that game where a Mr. Saturn tells you how to get into like a secret area or something behind a waterfall, and his clue is kind of cryptic, but you just have to go to a specific tile behind a waterfall and then just wait for like 3 minutes before another guy answers like the secret door for you or something. Oh wait, no, I need to get the ball for this puzzle, don't I? Yeah, I have to get that ball first. Oh man, that means if I'm getting the ball, that means one of my favorite pointless NPCs is about to appear. Also, always safe. Other stuff in my backlog I've finished off this year. One of them being Bravely Default for the 3DS. I enjoyed that game a lot, but holy moly, the whole second half of that game after like the big twist could have been reduced to like a single chapter, and it really would have been better. The actual job system, the battle system and all that was a lot of fun though. And up until all the padding that game has, it was very enjoyable. And the final boss fight was fun too, so. Hopefully Bravely Second will not do the same thing the first game did. Anyways, here's the ball bear. It's a bear and a ball. The bonus fights that become available in Bravely Default are fun, but there are just so many of them that I got burnt out. So then I just started skipping them because I just wanted to finish the game faster, because I had already played that game for like 60 hours or something. Take that, ball bear. Actually, for people asking me about my backlog, I should just pull out this ridiculous list I keep to keep track of all this stuff, because otherwise I'll forget I own half the video games I own. Oh, I recently just beat Final Fantasy VI as well. That was a game I played over the course of like 5 months, maybe. On and off. So I've owned Final Fantasy VI forever. Can I jump this bear? Oh. Okay. But yeah, Final Fantasy VI. I got the PS1 port of Final Fantasy VI when it came out, when I was like, I don't know, 12 or something. But back then, you know, I had a lot of saves for all the JRPGs I would rent. So I had one of those crappy third-party PS1 memory cards that held way more than 15 blocks. It was like 1,000 blocks or something. But those third-party memory cards are not reliable. So eventually my save file of Final Fantasy VI got wiped. And then I just didn't touch Final Fantasy VI for a really long time. Until I bought a Super Nintendo cart of it when I was like 20 or something, because I just enjoy collecting Super Nintendo games. And then I started playing Final Fantasy VI like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago on an actual cart, and oops! I accidentally nudged the cart while the game was on, and then it wiped my save file again. So this time I just played on an emulator and used the fast forward frame skipping button a ton to get through it a little faster. Yeah, I finally beat it, and it was fun. The battles are slow though, which is why I was always using the frame skipping button. Also, after playing Bravely Default, I just wish more games, or more RPG, like basically every RPG that has random encounters, just had the ability to let you double or just completely stop random encounters from happening. Just more control over that stuff, and also more control over game speed would be fantastic. This dude. Also, I beat on Halloween. I was gonna, like, pass out candy to all the kids that came by our house on Halloween, but Michigan's weather decided that no children should have fun this Halloween, so it just started pouring rain and also snow, and it was also very cold and also very windy, so almost no kids came to our house this year, and we usually get like 100. So instead, I just started and also finished in the same go Super Castlevania 4, because I have never played a Castlevania game before. That is one franchise I have just missed out entirely. It was pretty fun. I abused save states just so I could beat it faster, though. So yeah, like, I've never played Symphony of the Night. I own it on this PS3 because they got it up on here for like $6, so I've got it. I just need to play it. I think it's going to be one of the next games I play since I'm actually, like, finishing off a decent chunk of my backlog. The music you get with these trees after you revive them is great. It is chill as hell, and I can fall asleep to it. It also kind of reminds me a little bit of a track that's in Final Fantasy VIII, of all things. I'm pretty sure, at least. I don't think I'm imagining that. Is there a chest around here? No, there's not. I don't know why I thought there was a chest here. Oh man, I just suddenly remember what the trick is with this guy, and it's just, when he pops up out of the ground, you need to be behind him, because otherwise he'll just follow you. If you're behind him, when he pops up, he gets all confused. Then we can get some extra hits on him. Feeding some dudes. Oh, Kuroda, if you came in late, don't worry, I'm going to be posting these streams afterwards. In fact, I don't need to do any editing for this stream at all, so I can probably just upload this straight away too. Oh, and something else I just started playing today. It wasn't really part of my backlog. It's actually a game I threw into the I have a couple different categories I arrange stuff. into in Steam, and one of them is called Garbage. And Far Cry 3 is in the garbage folder. But I actually reinstalled Far Cry 3 and started playing it again. Like, the actual core gameplay of Far Cry 3 is fine. I just think the whole story is really annoying, and I hate it so much. And I hate the protagonist of that game, too, because he's just an annoying dude. Also, Far Cry 3, it falls into the syndrome a fair amount of games have recently where they just go on for too long. Although I suppose that makes sense because it is a Ubisoft games, and Ubisoft is all about padding the hell out of their games. I almost kind of wanted Assassin's Creed Unity just to laugh at it, but I don't know about actually paying money for anything like that. I already have Duck Dynasty. I am full up on ironic video game purchases for this year, I think. Speaking of Duck Dynasty, that is a thing I'm going to have to start recording more of soon. Oh, whoops. So yes, that is correct. People on YouTube who don't follow me on Twitter, I'm doing a Duck Dynasty LP for some reason. That's right, I need to be fixing these other trees. Come on, Circle. Circle, what are you doing? Well, every once in a while, this game fails me, although I'm sure this is actually my fault somehow with what I am doing. Well, alright, worked that time. Oh, that's right, you can line up multiple trees. Thank you, person in the chat, for reminding me of that. That is helpful. Yeah, this game is not particularly stressful. It's just... This is a pretty good game to play if you want something not particularly demanding and also just want to chill out. So you kind of line up all these trees here. Let's see how this turns out. Oh. I'm probably too close. No, Highway, I've never played Alundra. I don't even really know that much about that game, really. It's a PS1 game, right? I hope I'm getting that right. Oh yeah, there is a button to draw faster. It is the X button. Swear, why do I mess up only on trees? Oh, something spawns back there. Forgot about that. Well, time to go back and get that thing. It might be a health upgrade? Or no, it's probably a stray bead. That's what it generally is. Oh, I actually need to connect the circle. That's probably what's messing me up then, because I am so used to not having to connect the circle from playing all the Wonderful 101 I have been playing for the past 6 months, or something like that. Oh no, it's a sun fragment. Yeah, it's a heart piece. What a terrible night to have a curse. Oh, also I beat Shadow of Mordor fairly recently, like last month, I think? Shadow of Mordor is a pretty fun open world style thing, except for, you know, the single player missions, which is kind of important. The single player stuff is, or no, not the single player missions, the story missions are very, very basic in execution and like objectives, and there are like there are 4 bosses in the game, I guess, and none of them are very good. And the final boss, the quote-unquote final boss of Shadow of Mordor, is hilarious because it is like a 30-second long quick time, and then it just ends, and it's such a letdown. Whoop! Missed him. Oh no! Get him! Well, too late. Oh, whoops, I am in the goop. Exxon Cradley wants my thoughts on Sonic Boom. I think it looks hilarious! I don't know about playing Sonic Boom myself, but I am sure somebody will do a fantastic and very funny Let's Play of Sonic Boom at some point. It's pretty amazing that a game in this day and age got shipped with an infinite jump glitch via the pause screen resetting your double jumps, which is like a glitch you don't see in anything except like really old NES games. How did that happen? That speedrun to Knuckles is jumping through 80% of the game is great. Like, it... From all the things I've seen of Sonic Boom, it does look like almost on par with Sonic 2006 as far as how much of a train wreck it is. But I don't know if it'll ever be able to, like, match... Like, truly match Sonic 06, entirely because it doesn't... The storyline is, you know, more like the cartoon show, kind of, where it's more jokey and geared towards children. Meanwhile, the Sonic 06 story stuff was anime as hell and was surprisingly serious about itself. I mean, Sonic even dies for everybody's sins in that game. I don't think that's going to happen in Sonic Boom. Like, Sonic 06 almost feels like a Sonic fanfiction come to life, for me, honestly. I don't think there are actually very many new, like, Sonic characters in Sonic Boom. I know the cartoon has Styx or whatever, but I think, like, that's the only new main addition to the cast. Other than that, it's just Sonic, Knuckles, Amy Rose, Tails, and Eggman. Now I believe I can actually start spending these, Demon Fangs. We should also take care of these gates. There's something kind of like very methodical but satisfying about farming for Demon Fangs. I don't know. Like, the fighting is really basic, but it feels kind of chunky and good. Oh, I'm playing the PS3 version of this game, for people asking. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. The little mini games you could do in the PS2 version are gone for getting the Demon Fangs. See if I actually have enough fangs to get anything. I love this dude. Well, it's the dodge. And then... Oh, I actually need more money. His head turns upside down! And then he does the Beautiful Joe pose. Yep, it's just the dodge move. You go into a sprint out of the dodge move, which is pretty handy. That reminds me, Beautiful Joe is a game I actually really need to replay soonish. I played that game a lot when it was new, but I haven't really touched it since then, and I don't think I ever actually got good at Beautiful Joe. I don't think I ever really tried to go for Rainbow V's or anything like that. I'm pretty sure I just was like, this is hard enough, I just want to beat it. And then, you know, get stuck in Fire Leo for a while. Oops. Oh, that's right. There's a couple places for the bomb brush later on. Also, the music for running around the field here is really good. I wouldn't say the music is like catchy or anything in Okami, but it's really nice to listen to. Come on. Thank you. I wonder if I have enough to upgrade. I totally do. More ink. Oh, okay. Alright, I think this might be where I call it for this stream. A very relaxed stream this time around. But for future streams, I'll probably be grabbing guests and all that. I don't know when I'll be streaming again next week, but I will definitely tweet about it and let everybody know when I've got all that set in stone. And, like, on Sunday I'll set up the new poll for Patreon people to vote on what I stream next week. Oh man, I'm sleepy like his dog is. Anyways, thanks for coming in and watching my stuff. This video will be uploaded probably later tonight. I don't think I'm really gonna have to do any kind of editing or anything. Or even if I should do some editing, I'll probably keep myself from doing it so I don't get paranoid about constantly editing streams. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.